Say it with pictures. Introduction. Would you know what to do if you saw the sign? This traffic signal is easy to understand with just pictures. People have used pictures for much longer than you've used written words. Picture languages have been used to tell stories and provide valuable information. Using familiar sign images in most cases makes messages easy to understand for many people as possible. Two such languages, Egyptian hieroglyphs and Mayan glyphs, are among the most recognized picture languages ever used. The language of the gods. Travelers to modern Egypt don't have to search hard to see the ancient picture language known as hieroglyphic writing. Many famous ruins, monuments, and temples feature carved picture symbols. These symbols are everywhere. It seems that it because of for almost 3,000 years, Egyptians believed that written language was scarce. Egyptian kings considered language a gift from the gods. It was the ruler's holy duty to use this gift. Not doing so would anger Thoth, the heavenly scribe. It fell on earthly scribes working for the king or pharaoh to perform this duty. This was no easy task. Scribes had to be learned over 700 hieroglyphs in the Egyptian writing system. Young boys, usually the sons of existing scribes, were sent to the special scribe school at age 6 or 7. It took several years for a student to become a full-fledged scribe in a pharaoh's court. Young scribes also had to understand how to use the place glyphs properly. Egyptian hieroglyphs. There were basic two types of Egyptian hieroglyphs. Logograms were units of meaning that meant up most of the writing system. Logogram glyphs represented entire words, such as duck, walk, or sun. Phonograms, on the other hand, were units of sound. They were like letters in most modern Western alphabets, with a few differences. The vowels E and U were not included, and some characters represented letter combinations, such as sh. The Egyptian hieroglyphic language contained 24 phonograms. Hieroglyphic messages were written in rows or columns and read from right to left. Fortunately for the scribes, they did not have to worry about periods or question marks. Hieroglyphic writing didn't use any punctuation or spaces. The system did, however, have a special symbol for a word that referred to loyalty. All writing about the pharaoh or his family was enclosed in a rectangular or oval shape called a cartouche. The cartouche space shape symbolized the flat earth and the arc of the sun passing over it. It was used to represent the pharaoh's power over everything. Clay, stone, paper. The earliest examples of hieroglyphs date back around 3100 BCE. They were discovered in the tomb of Abydos, an ancient city about 48 kilometers from Cairo. Tiny clay tags about the size of the postage stamps were carved with glyphs. Archaeologists think that were used to label contents or containers. Later hieroglyphs were carved into stone. They were used to make important pronounce this and were often featured on large stone slabs called stelae or tall pointy obelisks. Hieroglyphs were also carved on headstones and tombs for the deceased. Carving glyphs into stone took time and a lot of work. Eventually, scribes began using reed pens and ink to write glyphs on papyrus. The written glyphs were a simplified version of the hieroglyphs. This method was much easier to let scribes create records more quickly.